इस साल अगर हम देखें, it fell further from 34 to 13, 14, now to 77%. Profit growth only 6%, so huge fall here also. 120, 60, and 6%. So there are half a dozen players which are already there in the market with their. So Maruti today has the largest market share, in the ICE segment, almost 40-45% market share, but they are not visible here. Why Maruti Suzuki is behind, other players? First, hello and welcome to Stocks, Stories and Skills. Today we will discuss India's largest passenger car company, Maruti Suzuki's EV business. In India, there are two leading players racing ahead in the EV market. One is the Tata Motors from the house of Tatas, and second is MG Motors, which is a joint venture between India's JSW and Chinese MG Motors. And there is a third dark horse that is soon going to enter the Indian market, and that's Tesla. तो ये EV business का गेम बहुत ही चैलेंजिंग होने वाला है मारुति के लिए आने वाले दिनों में. So let's discuss where does Maruti stands in the EV segment. So before moving to the EV story, let's understand the financial performance for the last 3 years. Now, if you look at FY 22-23, the sales grew by 34%, and the profit grew by almost 120%, huge jump. And if you see the volume growth, the number of cars sold was almost 19%. So what exactly was the reason for such a outstanding performance? Now, number one, there is a strong demand, recovery post-pandemic, because these are the years immediately after the pandemic. And second, there was a lot of chip shortage, earlier. So there was an improved, semiconductor supply also. So that in a way, helped company to ramp up the production and meet the growing demand. And there were a lot of new, product launches from Brezza, from Grand Vitara, and Baleno. So there were a lot of launches that came in that year. In terms of export, they recorded the highest ever exports in FY 23, and because of a favorable product mix, the realization was also higher. So all that really helped in getting these numbers. If you come to 23-24, sales 13%, so huge decline here from 34 to 13%. Profit 120 to 59%, and the volume growth was 8%. But these figures, if you look at, there is some disconnect. Marginal increase in sales, but almost 60% increase in net profit, and that happened because of better product realization, because of SUVs and all which the Maruti was selling. Now coming to 24-25. इस साल अगर हम देखें, it fell further from 34 to 13, 14, now to 77%. Profit growth only 6%, so huge fall here also. 120, 60, and 6%. And the volume also, if you see, around 5%. So 24-25, if you see in the last 3 years, is the very disappointing year, for Maruti. So what was the reason, for such a, bad performance? One is the rising cost, because of, competition in the market, company is ending up, offering higher discounts, on small car. So that is, one reason that is really impacting, the company. And there are also, additional costs related to the launch of Maruti's, first electric vehicle. So they have made an announcement, but behind that, there are a lot of costs involved in setting up the infrastructure, the factory, and other thing. And second reason is the weak performance in small car segment. As we all know, Maruti is a dominant player in the small car segment, and now the demand is shifting from small car to SUVs. and the premium cars. So that is also impacting the company, and because of Russia, Ukraine, other things which are happening globally, the export sales are also very modest. I mean, not the kind which the company saw earlier. And as I said earlier, the company is in the investment phase. So 25 also marks the beginning of the strategic investment that the company is making in the EV space and the capacity expansion. So let's now move to the EV story. So is Maruti Suzuki late to the EV party? The first BEV, I mean the battery EV launch is slated in 2025. So the date is September 2025, and the commercial sales will start from FY26. So that is the next year. Second, they will debut with a mid-size SUV. I mean, this is what they are targeting. And currently, they are still in the localization and infrastructure, building phase. So while you must have seen other companies making inroads into EV, they are yet to launch their first car commercially. So let's look at the entire competitive space, who is placed where, and how the competition looks like. So this is the India's EV bouquet. Now let's look at MG Motor. This is a Kia India. We have Tata Motors. We have BYD India. We have Hyundai, and we have Mahindra. So there are half a dozen players which are already there in the market with their cars or the launches. And like I said earlier, Tesla will soon join these players. So let's first look at the biggest player in the pack, which is Tata Motors. Now, Tata Motors has a couple of launches in the market. Nexon is already there, Piaggio is there is a Punch, and Tata Motor is a clear leader in the Indian EV space with a market share of more than 50-60%. I mean, this keeps changing month by month. Even they have achieved 80% market share earlier. So Tata Motor is a clear leader in the EV space. Number 2 player is MG Motors. This is a Chinese company, and with a tie-up with JSW Energy. MG has launched JS, and they have a Comet. There are 2 EV in the market, and they are targeting a premium segment. And Comet EV is city focused, and JS is a premium one. So strong early adoption in urban pocket. This is what we have seen. Then we have Hyundai. This is also a global player. So Hyundai has Kona Electric and Ioniq 5. They're early mover with premium models. Then we have Mahindra. Mahindra has a couple of launches, and they are focused on SUVs. BYD has got E6, Atto 3, and upcoming Seal EV, and they are premium, positioning with global EV tech. Then there's Kia. Kia has a couple of launches, and they're going to start EV production in 2025. So Maruti today has the largest market share in the ICE segment, almost 40-45% market share, but they are not visible here. Let's move to the next slide. So why Maruti Suzuki is behind other players? First, they missed the early adoption, which started in year 2020, and that's where the Tata and the MG they have taken a lead. Second, Maruti is relying heavily on hybrids, the CNG and the ICE volumes. Being the largest player, and they know how the demand is progressing in the CNG and the other areas. They are focusing a lot there. It lacks a proven EV in the market. So unlike Tata or even Mahindra's, Maruti abhi jara late hai EV segment mein. However, its EV entry is backed by Suzuki's global EV investments, and second, the dedicated EV platform which they are developing here, and third is the potential pricing advantage through localization. So Maruti काफी ज़्यादा लोकलाइजेशन में फोकस कर रहा है, और तो जब भी वो आएगा सो हो सकता है कि जो प्राइस रेंज हो वो एक ऐसा प्राइस रेंज लेके आए जहाँ पर दे कैन इजीली बिल्ड मार्केट शेयर। सो मारुति की जो ईवी आएगी वो उसका प्लांट गुजरात में दे ऑलरेडी हैव अ प्लांट, बट वहीं पर सारा एक्सपेंशन चल रहा है। सो सुजुकी मोटर गुजरात SMG which they call, this plant currently has an annual production capacity of 7.5 lakh vehicle. So this upcoming expansion that is happening, a fourth production line is dedicated to EV Gujarat mein, and this is under construction mein hai, with a plant capacity of 2.5 lakh units per year. Now this addition will increase the plant's total capacity to 1 million vehicles annually by 26-27. तो जो बड़े प्लान मारुति के हैं ईवी साइड में, तो वो गुजरात में ही इम्प्लीमेंट होंगे, और उनका एक लॉन्ग टर्म विजन है। नाउ दे एम टू expand its total production capacity in Gujarat to 2 million, so 20 lakh units by FY 28-29, contributing to nationwide target of 4 million units by FY 30-31. तो the major expansion मारुति का जो आ रहा है वो गुजरात में आ रहा है, एंड वहाँ से बहुत easy because of Mundra port and the port here in Mumbai, it is very easy to export these vehicles also. So Gujarat में major expansion है. So let's quickly talk about the investment in EV. This SMG which we talked, investment of 3,200 crore has been allocated for the new EV production line at the SMG plant. Battery manufacturing, so Suzuki Motor Corporation plans to invest 7,300 crore in constructing a battery manufacturing plant adjacent to the Gujarat facility, which is scheduled to commence operation in 2026. So they have big plans, and being the largest player in India, they are growing slowly and steadily. So total investment, if you look at the combined investment, for the new vehicle plant and battery facility in Gujarat amounts to total 38,200 crore. So huge investments are coming up, in India, in Gujarat, on the EV side. So as you can see, Maruti has big plans, on the EV side. लेकिन जिस तरह वो चल रहे हैं, there will be some disappointment, for the shareholder or the investors, because they are late to the party. लेकिन वो track में हैं, on the EV side. But tomorrow, if let's say Tesla comes and the kind of volumes they will get here in India, there could be a price war, and we already have MG Motor, and Tata Motors, taking big strides on the EV side. So challenges हैं, इनके पास plan है, which progressing slowly. Now we have to see how they progress in the next 1-2 years on the EV side, because that will be very crucial. Thank you, and do subscribe to my channel.